Hello students, now we are going to create a login form and registration form using PyQt5, and we are going to use the MySQL database to store the data and check the login username and password. Open our Qt designer. Select the widget and click create. Now we have a form. The form height is 300, width is 400. I am going to increase the height to 500. Enter. Now I am going to add a widget. Drag the widget from the toolbox. Now we are going to provide the design for this widget. Right click the widget and select the change style sheet menu. We have to provide the style for this widget. Background hyphen color colon RGBA open bracket 16, 16, 16, 255 close bracket semicolon. Enter. In the next line we are going to provide the border radius to the widget. Border radius colon 20 px semicolon. Apply, click apply, give OK. Now we are going to place the widget in the top left corner and we are going to expand the widget to the bottom right corner. For that, select the widget and go to the geometry, X position 10, Y position 10. Now the widget will move to top left corner. The total width of the form is 400 and height is 500. So for the widget we are going to the width 380 and the height 480. Enter. Now our widget is filled the whole form. Now we are going to create a text box to enter the username and another text box to get the password. For that we are going to use line edit in PyQt5. Select the line edit and drag it to the form. Now we have to provide the style for the line edit. Right click the line edit and select change style sheet menu. We are going to provide the background color, border radius, padding and all. Background hyphen color colon RGBA 47, 49, 52, 200 close bracket semicolon. Enter. The next we are going to provide the color. Color is the text color that will be displayed in the text box. Color colon RGB. We are going to provide the white color for this. 255, 255, 255. The text will be in the white color in the line edit semicolon. Enter. The corners of the text box will be sharp, so we have to make it little bit curved. For that we are going to use border radius, border hyphen radius colon 2px semicolon. Enter. Now we will apply and check the output. Click apply, give OK and go to the form menu and select preview. Now we can see the output. We can enter some data like this. Now we can see that there is no space in the beginning, so we have to provide some padding in the left side. For that select the line edit and right click, select the change style sheet, provide the padding left, padding hyphen left colon 10px semicolon, enter. Then we have to provide the border bottom, border bottom color colon RGBA open bracket 46,82 comma 101, 255 close bracket semicolon. Click apply, give OK. Before applying border, we have to apply the border first. Select the change style sheet, border colon 1px solid RGBA colon open bracket 0, 0, 0, 0 close bracket semicolon. Click apply. Now we can see the bottom border is in different color. Next we are going to provide the padding for the bottom also. Now we check the output, give OK, go to form, preview. Now we can see the text is coming. We can adjust the height in the bottom of this text box. So for that, right click and select the change style sheet, padding bottom hyphen bottom colon 3px, give OK. Now select the form and preview. Now we can see some space in the bottom. Now I am going to change the text size. The text is very small, so go to the font option and select the point size, make it to 10, enter. Now we will check the output, form, preview. The text is little bit big. Now we are going to enter the default text, that is placeholder text. Here enter the username. This is automatically displayed when the form is coming. After we enter the detail, it will disappear. We will check it out, form, preview. Now we can see the output. Now we are going to make the text box to the full width. Expand this text box like this. The height I am going to provide 40. For this we are selecting the geometry and the height is I am giving 40, enter. Now we can just move the text box little bit below like this. Now we have created the text box for the input, username input successfully. Save the form. Now we are going to create the, I am going to save this form in E drive, local disk E, create a new folder, PyQt5 project, enter, name, login form, give OK, give save. Now we have created the username text box. I click this and copy this and again right click this and paste to create the password box. This is the password box. So we have to change the default text. Enter the password instead of enter the username. Now we will check the output. Save form preview. Enter the username, the password, but the password should be displayed as dots instead of the original letters. For that, change the echo mode. It is normal, change it to password. Save form preview, username, password. Now we can see the password as dots. Close this preview. Now we are going to add a button to login. Select a push button and place it in the form. Push button. Now we are going to provide the style for this push button. Select the push button and right click, change style sheet. Now we are going to provide the push button color, background color and border radius. Q push button. Now we are going to give the name for the push button. Give OK. Select the push button and go to the object name. I am going to give the name B1. Enter. Right click and again go to the change style sheet. Push button hash B1. This will applicable for the B1 push button. Open brace. Background color hyphen color colon RGB open bracket 255 comma 191 comma 16 close bracket semicolon. Enter. Set the color colon RGB open bracket 135 comma 60 comma 0 close bracket semicolon. Give the border radius border hyphen radius colon 5px. Click apply. Close the brace. Click apply. Now we can see the button is modified. Now we are going to provide the pressed event difference. When we press the button, we have to see the difference. Give OK and check the preview. Form preview. Now after enter the username and password, if we click the button, there is no changes in the button. When we click the button, it should show some graphical difference. For that, we have to provide some more method. Right click and select change style sheet. Now copy the total code. Right click and copy and paste it. Right click and paste. Now we are going to change the background color only. We are not going to change the border and color. So delete these two lines. B1. After the B1, provide the colon and type pressed. When we press on the button, this effect will occur. We are going to change the RGB color only. R is 255, G is 191 for the first color. Now we are going to change it to 255. The blue is remaining 16. That's it. Click apply. Give OK. Save the form. Form preview. Now click the button. We can see the difference. Now we have to extend the button to the full width. Close the preview. Select the button. Extend it to the last. And make the button width as 30. And change the button font size. Font size, make it to 10 and make it bold. Now we have to change the text for the button as login. remove the text push button and click login. L space O space G space I space N. Now save the form. Form preview. Now we can see the login form completely. Now we are going to add a simple logo like log. For that we are going to place a label. Select the label, drag the label. We are going to provide the log symbol here. For that, go to the character map. CHARACTER. We can see the character map application. Open this and select a font HoloLens. In that font we can see many objects like this. Now I am going to select the log. Double click this. Now the log is displayed here. Select this and copy. Click copy button. Now go to the form and select the label and go to the text and remove the text label. Right click and paste. Now we can see the log here. Save the form. We have to increase the size of the log. For that, change the font point size to 60. Enter. Now we can see the log here. Make it to 70. Enter. Little bit increase the height. That's it. Place it in the center. Now we have successfully created the login form with a logo. Now we are going to change the color of this logo. For that, select the label and right click and click change style sheet. Provide the button color, background color, background hyphen color colon RGB open bracket 255 comma 191 comma 16 close bracket semicolon. Give OK. Not the background color, we have to change it to color. Right click the label and select change style sheet. Just give color instead of background color hyphen. Remove it. Click apply. OK. Save the form. Now we have successfully created the login form. Now we are going to create one more button for the sign up. Drag a label control and place inside the form. Now we have to provide the style for the label. Right click and change style sheet. Give the color colon RGB open bracket 255 comma 191 comma 16 close bracket semicolon. Give OK. Now change the text of this label. Change it to new user sign up. Make the text size as 10. Point size make it to 10. Little bit bigger. Increase the width. New user sign up. Provide a button. Select a button, push button and drag it to bottom of the label. We have to give the name for the button first, then object name B2. Now we will copy the style from the login button. Right click the login button and select change style sheet. Select the code. Right click and copy. OK. Select this button. Right click. Change style sheet. Paste the code. Instead of B1, provide B2. This button name is B2. So give B2. Give OK. Now we can see the button. Change the button font size. Point size 10. Enter. Check the bold checkbox and make it to register. Text to register. Or space E space G space I space S space T space E space R space capital N space O small o space W. Place like this. Now save the form. We have to create one more form for registration. Go to the file and select new. Select the widget and click create. Now we have here new form. Now we are going to change the width and height. The width for the form is 400. Leave it now because this form is also 400. But the height is 500. Make it to 500. Enter. Now we are going to use the previous form. Select the login form. Press Ctrl A and right click, copy. Now all the controls are copied from this form, and select this form and right click, paste. Now we have created the copy of this form. Save this form to as register. File, save. Register form, REGISTER-form. Now we have to make some changes in the registration form. We are going to change the logo of this form. Select this logo and go to the character map. Here we can change, instead of this log, we are going to provide the user. Double click this, select this and select copy. Select the label, go to the text, select the lock and remove it. Backspace button and right click, paste. Now we have the user icon. Save it. To register, we are going to get 4 fields. Drag this button to the bottom. Username, password. Copy this username and paste it. Adjust this logo to the top little bit. Keep the username and make the password next. Email ID and phone number. We are going to get the phone number also. Copy and paste. username, password, email ID and phone number. 4 fields we are going to collect from the user and we are going to save it in the database. Enter the username, enter the password, enter the email, change it to enter the email. Enter the phone number. Instead of login, change it to register. Change the text to register. Capital R space E space G space I space S space T space E space R. Instead of new user sign up, select already registered space login. Make it a little bit bigger. Change the button to login now. L space O small o space G space I space N space login now. Now we have created the registration form and login form. Now we have to create the database for this. Username, password, email ID and phone number. We have to store this into the database table, and then when the user login, it should select the username and password from the database and verify it. If the user is available, it should show the it is correct user. If the user is not available, it should show that it is not correct user. Save it. Now we will create the database. To create the database in MySQL server, I have installed XAMPP server. You can also download and install XAMPP server. Now I am going to start the XAMPP server. Go to the search, type XAMPP. Select the XAMPP control panel. Now start the Apache server and MySQL server. Both should become green. Now both Apache and MySQL server are in green color. That means they are started successfully. Minimize this and open the Chrome or any other browser. In the address bar, type http:// localhost localhost /phpMyAdmin phpMyAdmin admin and enter. Now we can see the phpMyAdmin control. If both the Apache and MySQL are started, then only we can view this screen. Otherwise we will see the error message. Now our database is started successfully. Now we are going to create a database and a table. To create a database, select this database link. First we have to provide the database name. I am going to provide this database name as sample. Click create. Now we can see the database name in the left side of the phpMyAdmin. Now we have successfully created the database. Now we are going to create a table. To create the table, we have to provide the table name here. After selecting the database, we can see the table creation form. Here we have to provide the table name. I am going to provide the table name as user list. User list, it contains 4 columns. It shows the default size as 4. I give 4 and click go. Now I am going to give the first field username, and the type of the field is varchar. The size I am going to give is 100. The next one is password, and varchar size is 100. Email ID, varchar size 100. The last field is phone, varchar size 50. Like this we have to provide the field names of the table after giving all the details: field name, field type and field size. We can increase or decrease the field size according to our requirement. Click save. Now our table is saved. We can see the table structure here. Select the database name. If we select the database name, we can see the list of tables in the database. Sample, the database sample contains a table, user list. Sample database, it contains a table, user list. The table user list, there is no information right now. After registering, the user list table will be filled from the form. Now we have successfully created the database. The database name is sample, and inside the database we have created a table called user list. The user list table contains 4 fields. They are, we can click the structure to view the user list table structure: username, password, email and phone number. Username is varchar 100, password is varchar 100, email varchar 100 and phone is varchar 50. Like this we can see the structure of the table. Now we are going to write the Python code to register from the registration form, and all the details entered in the registration form will be filled in this user list table. When the user login in the login form, the user list table is verified, and if the username and password is available in the form, it will show the show that it is correct user, otherwise it will show that it is invalid user. Open the Sublime Text editor. I have installed Sublime Text. Sublime Text 3. Create a new file. First we will import all the PyQt5 libraries. Import. First we will import the sys. Then import PyQt5. From PyQt5 import Qt widgets. First we will save the file. File, save. We will save the file in the folder where we have stored our user interface files. I have stored my login form user interface and register form user interface in the E drive PyQt5 project folder. In this I am going to store this file as main.py. It is a Python file, so I give .py extension, save. Now we will import the PyQt5 Qt widgets. From PyQt5 import PyQt5 widgets, Qt widgets. Import Q dialog, comma Q application, comma queue message box. Then we will import the UIC from pyqtify.uic import load UI. Then we will import the MySQL connector. MySQL.connector as con. We will use this MySQL connector through the word con, through the object name con. Now we will create the class for both login and register form. Class login app. This is the class name login app. Inside this we have to call the queue dialog. The login app class inherits the queue dialog class. Colon. We have to create the constructor method underscore init underscore. This is the constructor method self. This method is inside the class, so we have to provide the self keyword in the class parameters. After, we have to provide the tab from the class place. Then super, we have to pass the class name to the super class. Dot init now we have to load the user interface. Load UI open bracket double quotes. We have to provide the user interface name here. The login user interface, the name is login-form.ui. Copy this name and paste in the function load UI function. Load UI, comma, we have to pass the self keyword. Now we have created the login app. Like that, we have to create the registration app. We can copy this code, right click, copy and paste it. Right click and paste. The app name is reg app. Queue dialog, constructor function. We have to pass the app name reg app. We have to load the user interface. The name of the user interface we have to copy from the folder. F2, copy, right click and paste. Paste. Now we have created the classes for both login app and register app. Now we have to call the classes. We will start from the beginning, starting location. We will create a app is equal to queue application of sys.argv. We have to pass the sys.argv to the queue application. Next we have to create a widget. Widget is equal to q widgets dot q stocked widget. This is used to load all the classes into this widget. So we can use all the forms, all the user interfaces through this widget. Then we will create the object for the login and register apps. Login form is equal to login app. This is the object of the login app. Next, registration form. This is the object of the reg app. Open bracket, close bracket. Now we have created the object for the login app and register app. So the object name is login form and registration form. Now we have to load these objects to the widget. Widget dot add widget. Login form. Widget dot add widget. Register form. You have to load login form and register form objects into this widget. Now we have to show the widget. Before showing the widget, we have to set which form to be shown. For that, widget dot set current index. If we want to display the login form first, we have to set current index as 1. If we want to show the registration form, we have to set current index as 0. Now I want to show 1 login form, so I give 1. After that we have to call the widget.show. Then we have to call the app dot execute the app, exec underscore open bracket close bracket. Now save the coding. Now we will run the project. Open the command prompt cmd. Open the project folder. I have stored the project in PyQt5 project. The file we have to run is main.py. Main.py and enter. Now we have loaded our register form. Close this window. The window is not in full size, so we have to set the size for the windows. Widget dot set to fixed width 400. Widget dot fixed height 500. Now I want to show the login form. So the login form is in 0 index and the registration form is in 1 index 1. So we have to give 0 here to load the login form. The first form is the first added widget is stored in the 0th location. The second loaded widget is in the first location. Like that it will go on, give 0 here. File, save. Now we will run the project once again. Open main.py. Now we can see the login form. Enter the username. Click login. Now it will not work because we have to write the coding for the login. First we have to change the control names, then only we can access the control names from the Python coding. Open the Qt Designer, select the login form, change the name of the user name input, object name tb1, I give text box 1. For the password I give text box 2 tb2 use name. For the login button I give name b1. For the register now button I give b2. For the text box tb1, for the second text box tb2, login button b1, for the register now button b2. Now we will come to the registration form. Here we will continue give text box names. We will give text box 3 tb3 here for this, tb3, tb4, tb5, tb6, b3, b4. Save the coding and we will run the form, but we have changed the button names b3, b4, so we have to change the style sheet also. Change style sheet, b3, b3. Okay, for this right click, change style sheet, b4 and b4. Okay, for this b1, b1. Okay, for this b2, b2. Okay, now we have given the proper names for the controls. Save the form. Now we will write the coding for the login and registration. Go to the Sublime Text. Now we will write the code for login form buttons. The login form has two buttons, login button and the register now button. The login button's name is b1 and register button's name is b2. We have to write the code for this button. The login button and register, but these two buttons are in the login form. The login and register now buttons are in the login form. So we have to write the code in the login app. Self dot b1 dot clicked dot connect. We have to provide the function name. This function we have to create. Then we have to write the button to click event. Self dot p2 dot clicked dot connect. Show registration form. I give the name show reg. Now we have to write these two functions, login and show reg functions. These two functions should be in the login app class. So we have to write the functions in this class only. We have to start one tab after the class. Login. This function is inside the login app class, so we have to provide the self keyword, colon, enter. Now we have to collect the username and password from the field. The username is in TB1 and the password is in TB2. We have to collect these two values from the form. For that, I am going to create a variable un is equal to self dot tb1 dot text. This statement will collect the tb1 text box 1. The data enter inside the tb1 will be stored in the un, and pw self dot tb2 dot text. Now we have collected the username and password from the login form. Now we have to check from the database. I am going to create a variable db is equal to con dot connect. Con is the connection object. Here change it to con, not connector. Here it is con dot connect, open bracket. We have to provide the username, password and the host name. Host is equal to localhost, because the SQL server is running in the same machine, in this machine, so I am providing localhost. If you are running the SQL server in some other machine which is connected in the network, we have to give the IP address of that machine. Now we are running the SQL server in this same machine, so we provide the localhost. Next one is user. The default user for the localhost SQL server is root, and there is no password, is equal to empty, and the database we are going to connect is db is equal to, the database name we are going to connect is sample. We already created the database, so give the name sample. Now we have connected to the database. We have to create a cursor object to execute the SQL queries. Cursor is equal to db dot cursor. Cursor is used to execute the SQL queries. Now we have to select the username and password from the database. Cursor dot execute, open bracket, close bracket. Inside this give double quotes and enter the query. Select star from user list. This is a table we have created. Go to the SQL server. the user list, the table we have created. We have to select all the details from the user list, where username, the first field is username, user list, go to structure, the first field is username and second field is password. These two fields are we are going to use these two fields to check the username and password. Username is equal to two single quotes, inside this two double quotes, inside this two plus, inside this two space, and give the variable un. Un is the variable name, this is the variable name, and username is the field name which is available in the database. And password, this is also a field name in the database, the second field name password, is equal to single quotes, inside this double quotes, inside this plus, inside this space, in between provide pw. Pw is the password, it's a variable, we collect the password from the forms. Now we have created our SQL queries. Now we will check the result. After collecting the SQL queries, we have to collect the output in the variable. Results equal to cursor dot fetch 1. This will give the collected data. We are selecting the username and password from the database. This is only one line because we don't select all the username and password. We are selecting only the username that is entered into the text box. So we will have only one set of row data. So we are collecting those data into the result variable. If there is data in the result variable, that means the given username and password is available in the database. If there is no data in the result variable, that means the username and password we are given in the form is not available in the database. From this we can check whether the user is registered or not. If result, that means if the result contains a data row, that means the data is the username and password is registered. So we have to provide the message box. Q message box dot information. This is heading self. Before this we have to provide the self keyword, comma, the heading of the message box, comma, the message to be displayed. You log in successfully, congrats, we have to show the message. If the username is not available, we can check it through else. We have to we can copy this statement, copy, paste, right click, paste. So in this we have to show that the username is not available. Invalid user, register for new user. Now we will save and check the project. And also we have to create a function for show registration. When we click on the login form, when we click the register now button, we have to show this form. For that we have to write the function for show reg. This function is also inside this login app class. Show reg. This function is inside the class, so we have to provide the self keyword. In this function we have to show the registration form. For that we are using widget dot set current index. The registration form, the current index for the registration form is 1. The current index for the login form is 0. This is 0, so we are getting the login form as starting one. After we click on the button, we will be redirected to the registration form. Now we will check this. Go to file, save, run this project, go to the folder where we store all the files in the command prompt and run the Python file main.py. Now we have the login form. We will check the register form. We are going to the register form, but we will not go back to the login form through this button because we have not write the code. So close this and run the project once again. Now we have the register now button is working, but we can check the login form. Username, login, invalid user, register for new user, because we don't have the username and password inside the database. Now we will add some username and password in the database and check this login form. Open the HTTP localhost PHP myadmin control panel and select the database sample that we created already and select the user list table and click the insert button. We will add one username and password. Username is Muthu, password is 123. Email, phone number. Now we have entered some submit data. Now we will check the output. Click go. Muthu, password 123. Click on the user list. We can see the data. Username Muthu, password 123. If we enter the username Muthu and password 123, it should say it's correct user. If we enter other than this data, it should say it is invalid user. Now we will check that. Muthu, password 123. Login. Congrats, you are logged in successfully. So it is working perfectly. If the username and password is available in this database, it says you are logged in successfully. If the username and password is not there, we will give some other data. Login, invalid user, register for new user, like this. This login form is working successfully. But after login, it shows the message. After that, we have to clear this text boxes after showing the message. For that, go to the code and after showing message, or before showing the message, we have to clear the text box. self.tb1.setText. This will clear the text box. Empty. Self.tb2.setText empty. Save the form and run the project once again. Close it and run it. Main.py, username Ravi 123, login, invalid user, register for new user, both are cleared. Now Muthu 123, it is available user. Congrats, you are logged in successfully. And also the message box, both the text boxes are cleared. Now we will write the coding for the register now registration form. Close this window and go to the Sublime Text Editor. In the registration form, we have two buttons, register and login now. When we click this login now button, it should be redirected to the login form. When we click the register button, it should save all the details entered into this text box to the database. Now we will write the coding for this register and login now. Go to the code and we have to write the code in the reg app class. We have two buttons. This button is B3 and this button is B4. We have to write the function for this two. Self dot B3 dot clicked dot connect. We have to write the function name like this. Like this, we have to write the function name for registration. Self dot reg. We are going to create a function called reg and self dot b4 dot clicked dot connect. Self dot, we will write the function to redirect to show reg like show login. Show login. Now we have to write the function. Now we are going to create the function inside the reg app class. So we have to write the function one tab after the class starting. Def, function name is reg. This function is inside the class, so we have to provide the self keyword colon. Now we have four text fields: username, password, email and phone number. Username text box TB3, password text box TB4, email text box TB5 and phone number text box TB6. We have to collect these four variables from the input. For that, we are going to create variable un is equal to tb3 dot self dot tb3 dot text, open bracket close bracket, pw is equal to self dot tb4 dot text. This is password and the email em is equal to self dot tb5 dot text and phone number self dot tb6 dot text. We have collected all the details. Now we are going to connect to the database. For that, we are going to create a variable db is equal to con.connect. In this connect function, we have to provide the host, username, password and database. Host is equal to localhost. Username, we can copy this from the above. Copy this code, paste. Now host is localhost, user is root, password is no password, db is equal to sample. Now we have to create the cursor object. Cursor is equal to db dot cursor. The cursor is used to execute the SQL queries. Now we are going to select the username and password from the database. If the username and password is available in the database, we have to show message that the user already registered. Please change the username like that. So we are going to execute the select query now. Cursor dot execute. Double quotes, select star from user list. This is table name space where username is a field name available in the database. Is equal to 2 single quotes, inside this 2 double quotes, inside this 2 plus, inside this 2 space. In between write the un. It is a variable name. We have stored the collected username. And password, this is a field name we have in our database. Is equal to 2 single quotes, inside 2 double quotes, inside 2 plus, inside 2 space, in between pw. This is the variable we have collected the password. Now we have completed our query. After this we will collect the result. Result equal to cursor dot fetch 1, because we have given the user where condition to collect only one username and password row. So we can use the fetch 1 function. If the data is available in the result, that means if the user is already registered, the fetch 1 function will collect the username and password, all the details, and store it into the result. If the result is empty, that means the user is not existing. We will check that and create a new user. If result, this means if the result contains data, we have to give a message box that the user already registered. Q message box dot information self heading comma the message to be displayed. User already registered, try another new username. Try another username. This message will be displayed if the username already available in the database. If the username is not available in the database, else we have to register all the details into the database. For that, cursor dot execute, insert into user list values, insert into user list the table name values, open bracket close bracket. In these brackets we have to provide the username, password, email and phone. 2 single quotes, inside these 2 double quotes, inside these 2 plus, inside this 2 space, in between provide the un variable. It's a variable we have stored the username collected from the form, comma we can use this to other values, control C or right click copy, right click paste. This is pw, comma right click paste. This is email, em, comma right click and paste. This is phone number, ph. So un pw em and phone number. These are the 4 variables we have collected. Now we have written the SQL query to store all these variables values into the database. Now we will give a message box. We will commit. We have to commit. If we enter the insert query, the data will be stored permanently if we use the commit statement. db.commit. Now our data will be stored into the database, and we have to show the message member registered successfully. We will copy this message box, select this line, right click, copy and paste in the after the db.commit line. We have to right click, paste. The user registered successfully. Login now. Now save the form and run the project. Main.py, click. We have to write the function for show login button also. So this show login function we have to write it now. Show login. This function is inside the class, so we have to provide self keyword colon. In this show login, we have to show the login form. For that, we can use the widget. Widget dot set current index. The login form index is 0. So save the form. Now run the project. Main.py. Now click the register now button. Enter the new username. Raj. Password 789. Email ID raj@gmail.com. Phone number. I give all the dummy datas. Click register. The user registered successfully. You can log in now. We will check the give OK and we will check the database. Click the username once again to refresh. Now our data is added. Now we will check. Now we will check if the Raj 789 is working or not in the login form. Click login now. Raj 789. Click login. Congrats, you login successfully. This means the username and password is available in the database. So the registration is working successfully. Now go to the registration form, but the entered data is not cleared. So we have to clear the entered data after showing the register successfully message. Close the form. Go to the Sublime Text Editor. The user registered successfully. After this, we have to clear the form. TB3 dot set text empty, 2 empty double quotes, self. Like that we have to write tb4 dot set text empty, tb5 dot set text empty, tb6 dot set text empty. Save the code, file, save. Now we will run the project. Click the register now button. Kanna, password 888, email id at gmail.com, phone number. Click register. Now the user registered successfully. You can log in now. Click it. Now the form is completely cleared, but when we register and we can show a message, you can log in now, we have to move to the login form, then only it will be better. Close this form. After clearing all the text box, we have to go to the login form. Copy this code, go to the login form code and paste it after this. Paste. Now we will check one more user, file, save. Run this project. Click register now. Vijay Vijay username, password 78, email id phone number. Click register. The user registered successfully. Click OK. Now we have transferred to the login form. Now we can log in for the username Vijay, password 78. Click login. Congrats, your login success. So now we have completed all the registration details. Now we will check the database. Go to the SQL server. Click the user list table. Now we can see all the registered details in the table, user list table. Like this, we can use the database to store the register the user details, and we can use the database to log in. This is for multi-user login verification purpose. Try this program yourself and write your comments below this video. You can ask any doubts regarding these videos. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel for more videos and click the bell button to show message when we post a new video. Thank you for watching. Thank you.